Hi, YouTubies! It's me, Zachary Michael. Also, hi, hello. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well today. I'm back with a Sarasota Tim update today. And, well, one, because we got lots of new followers because of people invested in the Sarasota Tim stuff. Like lots of people who are deep in the Sarasota Tim community who subscribed because of the. How many have I even made? Two Sarasota Tim videos, maybe? I don't know. Actually, let's fact check that. One, two, three. I've made three Sarasota Tim videos in recent history. Three of them. I made three. And my most recent one that I made was about him trying to copyright strike my channel because you're sick. You're obsessed with Sarasota Tim, Zach. You got me, gals. You got me, gals. So he failed to copyright strike my channel a couple weeks ago, and I think it mostly was his own incompetence. Like, I think when he filled out the form about the copyright stuff, he just failed to really explain how I was using his content. I don't think he made it clear that I was really, like, using it. And I think that's where it fell through. Because honestly, and maybe I shouldn't be giving him pointers. maybe I shouldn't be helping him get better at copyright striking people. But I think he mostly just struggled with the concept of like how to fill out the form. Although it doesn't make a lot of sense because he has successfully copyright struck other channels. But basically the too long didn't watch of my last video is that YouTube, I didn't talk to YouTube, I didn't interact with YouTube about it, I didn't do nothing with YouTube, okay? YouTube on their own looked at what Tim submitted for his copyright claim and said, we're not convinced that that Zachary Michael also is infringing upon your copyright rights. Like, we don't believe there's an issue of copyright here. And I think, like they said, it's very likely this is fair use. Although YouTube doesn't really try to take a legal standing. In fact, they say if you want to, they told him if he wanted to pursue legal action that they were not giving legal advice, and that if he wanted to take further legal action, he could do that on his own. I think also where he failed is that he said that the problem with my video is that we were telling lies and the rumors and nastiness. That I think he failed because he tried to make it more about like us criticizing him, which is literally what fair use is. So when he's sitting here saying like, "Oh, this person is criticizing me. This person is talking negatively about me." Well, that's fair use, Steva. You're proving my case for me. However, all of this to say, and I think I talked about this in this video, in my last video, I also talked about how he had copyright struck Life and Vibe, another channel who makes a lot of videos about Sarasota Tim and the things that Sarasota Tim does on the internet. And I think she had done a live stream, and she also made a community tab post, and I think she also maybe made a standalone video about it. Well, yesterday, I saw that she posted again that on January 1st, yesterday, he copyright struck more videos on her channel, which then, if you don't know, each incident of like copyright striking, so like let's say the first time he copyright struck like maybe one or two videos of Life and Vibes, that counts as also a strike against her channel. Okay, so you get 3 strikes and they take down your channel. So then his second attempt at copyright striking her channel has now given her a second strike. Okay, so we're not going to watch this together, but definitely go check out her video and hear from her point of view all the stuff that happened to her, whoever, whatever. But she does have 2 strikes now, and I think she took down. I think she took down all of her videos related to him, at least for now. Well, maybe not all of them, because here's one, and here's one, and here's one. She said she took down a lot of videos on her own that were related to him so that she could, like, not get more strikes than she already has. Um, and so you might not see a bunch of content about him or as much content about him on her channel now. In her video, she also talked about how she thinks that all of the videos that he did strike on her channel were related to videos where he had friends in the videos, like JJ and Bev or whatever. Crazy how they refuted his strike on you, but not her. Well, yeah, I mean, I think the YouTube copyright system is highly flawed. In her video, she mentioned, like, oh, I'm not a big channel. I don't have access to people at YouTube like Zachary Michael does. I didn't have any special insider that got them to, like, not take his strikes against me seriously. I didn't talk to anybody special. I do have for my main YouTube channel, I do have a YouTube partner program manager, but I've talked about that in the past. They're kind of mostly useless, to be honest. Although I will say, for the first time ever, there was a month ago, probably. It was around the time I think I went to New York. I had uploaded a video about Amber Lynn on my main channel, and they age restricted it and demonetized it, and they said that it was like a video about self-harm or something. And I got my program manager, I said, I don't need to sit here and listen to you tell me how I need to do shorts or go live more often or this, that, the other. What I do need you to do is to help get this video unage restricted and fully monetized again. And I will say, it took a long time to do it, but that video did get its monetization back and did get unage restricted. But that's the only time somebody from YouTube has ever been helpful. I did not have any interactions with any YouTube employee regarding Sarasota Tim's strikes on my channel. I will say that. So I don't know why they see, and I mean, we've seen this in other places from people we've covered, right? Like Nader, Chantal's ex, is constantly abusing the copyright system to get videos taken down, to get personal information via the copyright system, to potentially, like, dox people and things like that. So, like, he has continuously abused the system, and he gets to keep doing it. It seems like Sarasota Tim is also abusing the system, and I would think somewhere YouTube would be like, wow, this guy has done this a lot. Maybe we shouldn't take all of these things seriously. But here we are, divas. I don't know why. I don't know why they allow it against Life and Vibes channel and not mine. But that does bring me to the point of today's video. It does bring me to the point of today's video, which is that I just wanna see what happens if we react to a little Sarasota Tim today. I just want to see what Sarasota Tim will do. Because here, if you're watching, Timothy, if you're watching, I don't approve of what you're doing to Life and Vibes channel. I think it's messed up. I think it's silly. As many people in my chat have pointed out. Well, let's just go look at one of her videos and see how much time she actually spends using his content versus, like, doing things that are fair use. Um, is Sarasota Tim a fraudster linked to hater email trolling? What's a good one? See, she used to cover Foodie Booty. She only has a few. Well, maybe the Sarasota Tim videos she left up are related to, or ones where she didn't really use his content. Although that looks like he does.
The email shenanigans have continued, and I have a doozy to share today.
Okay, so far she's just talking over a clip from his channel. Why does he have a closet in his back seat?
Before we talk about that, I just wanted to talk a little bit about fraud and what research has shown about people who are fraudsters.
This feels.
And I have been highlighting.
Oh, not the mirror. Oh wait, no, this isn't the fridge. This isn't the fridge incident.
Sarasota Tim is potentially a fraudster because he.
Okay, so this is so far. I mean, it's only 24 seconds. Feels very transformative to me. Feels very transformative to me. I don't think we're gonna see dick and balls. No, I don't think so.
Link to buy me a coffee, and he talks openly about how
there are lots of clips in here. She's talking over them. She's including this is non Sarasota Tim captured. We have great news from the Internet Investigation Division. Wait, what the fuck is this? Wait.
A person who tricks other people in order to get their money, con artist.
So the email reads, we have great news from the Internet Investigation Division. The internet troll has been captured. His name is Robert Sanchez, Google employee residing in Mountain View, California. Thanks to Ray, who did her exceptional detective work in researching the IP address, city and zip code. Thanks to the Life and Vibe community for all of your tips. Robert Sanchez will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Timothy Baker Sr. is no longer under surveillance. Internet Investigation Division. Well, we know this is absolute twaddle bosh and nonsense coming from one of
twaddle bosh and nonsense.
Sarasota Tim's subscribers, trolls, minions, all under the direction of Sarasota Tim, because Sarasota Tim has been CC'd on this.
Okay, that's funny. I don't know what the context of all of that is, but anyways, all that to say, Tim, I think Ray from Life and Vibe does a decent job from what I've watched of her videos of transforming your content under fair use guidelines. I'm not a lawyer, that's not legal advice, but that's just from my personal opinion of having been on the internet for a long time, okay? All right? So anyways, Tim, we're going to react to one of your videos today if you're watching. We're going to react to one of your videos. I've debated on what... Somebody actually linked this one in my Discord. Collecting Social Security in 2025 has never been a better time. But the gag is I don't... Honestly, I'm not a Social Security expert. I don't know that I would have a lot of valuable stuff to say about that, to be honest with you. And then she did mention that she felt like he was specifically targeting videos of hers that featured, like, JJ and Bev. There's also this, crushing it for Christ, trusting is the key for everything. Y'all going home and crushing it for Christ every night? Do y'all ever just go home and crush it for Christ? I don't know. I would be curious. I'd be curious to know. Just curious if that's what you're doing. I also saw the other day that he saw Dog the Bounty Hunter at the gym. And I'm like, that's kind of cool. I used to watch Dog the Bounty Hunter back in the day. Not the toes in that morning chat thumbnail. There's toes? How did I miss the toes? This one? Those aren't toes. That's his hand, Diva. That's his hand. He's got some Busch Light in the fridge, it looks like. Where did you see toes? Oh, right here? Morning chat number 3? Well, they're not really in the thumbnail. Further down. Oh, further down, further down. Further down on the right. Further down on the right. Well, there's a friend. Maybe we could react to that one. I'm not seeing it. Where are you seeing toes in his... Where are you seeing toes? Is it cannibalism to post so much in one day? I don't know how that would be cannibalism, but I do think it's crazy how often in a day he posts. He sometimes posts like 4 to 5 videos a day. Which is interesting to me. Here's is that JJ and Bev? Is that who that is in this one? The Villages, Florida, Spanish Springs, square dancing, and music.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Cowboy Tim coming to you from the square down here in the Villages. And it's a nice evening. It's not cold like it was yesterday. We're going to let everybody go on by with these carts. You can hear the band over there playing some good ones.
I can. Oh, I can turn him up. Sorry, I didn't realize he was so quiet.
There and see the crowd and see what's going. Maybe shake a leg.
Ooh, what do you know about shaking a leg? Wait, I just want to see his friends.
Everybody's having a good time.
The Villages look so fun. Look how fun the Villages look.
Go over here and take a look at the band.
Nobody's dancing like the retirees at the Villages in Florida. Yes. Oh, she's getting it. Oh, she was getting it. Okay.
She's out here dancing by herself.
Oh, don't call her out. She's just having a good time, diva.
This is what it's about, folks, right here. This is what it's about. Everybody out here in their chairs having a good time.
Maybe his friends aren't in this video. Maybe they were just in the thumbnail. Maybe those weren't his friends. Maybe none of these people are his friends. Okay. Well, should we go watch I think it was Colin that posted this collecting Social Security in 2025 video. I think he posted that. Should we watch that? Should we watch him talk about... I was kind of curious because he posted a video called I'm Selling My Car, the CC Rider, # Social Security, # retirement. And I'm like, what the fuck does selling your car have to do with collecting Social Security? You know? I don't know. Calling her out for being alone, but at least she's not wandering around with a camera getting in people's faces. Mima was just trying to enjoy her evening dancing to that band at the Villages in Florida, you know? Okay, well, here's the thing, chat. If we watch this Social Security video, I might need your feedback on what y'all know about Social Security and your information. Because, you know, what I do know is that a lot of the people that follow Sarasota Tim, their biggest issues that they seem to have with him is that he's giving misinformation about Social Security. Don't share, no sharing of your Social Security numbers in the chat, but if you know that he's lying about something, let me know. I'm sick as hell with chronic disease and Social Security says get to work. Is that what they're telling you? My dad retired while I was still in high school, and I got checks from Social Security until I graduated, so I know a bit from that. Oh, okay, all right. You know, I will say, I think my mom was talking about having to do something with Social Security related to my dad from when he passed away and stuff, and getting to, like, collect on his Social Security, but that's probably really the limit of what I know. Let's see what he has to say. We can always skip skip to a different video if it's not interesting. And in general, I just want to see what Sarasota Tim will do. I'm putting out a little bait for old Sarasota Tim. Now imagine this is a worm on a fishing pole hook. And I'm just dangling it. I'm dangling it for Tim. Oh, if you're ready, by the way, we haven't done an official 69 moment. If you're ready to watch this, can y'all post some 69s in the chat? Can y'all post some 69s? And then I'm going to take my Be Real while you do that. Took it. Took the Be Real. It's probably a good thing that happened while we were here on stream, because I'm gonna look so much happier to all of my friends. I'm gonna look so much happier. Crushing it for Christ and dangling it for Tim. I'm dangling it for Tim so he can go crush it for Christ later. Oh my god. Alright, how about we get to? Shall we get to? Great. What is that noise outside? Is that outside? Let me go check. Do y'all even hear that? What is that noise? It sounds like a truck, but I don't even see anything. Weird. I don't know. I don't know, divas. It's Tim. He drove his RV all the way to Chicago. He's outside my building. Let's not put that energy into the world. I don't need people showing up outside my building. All right, here we go.
Hey, how you doing, everybody? Sarasota Tim. Coming to you from beautiful Sarasota, Florida here.
Why is he talking to me about Social Security and like a strip mall parking lot, by the way? Like what are we doing here? I want to see what the shirt says. Well, the top says I'm voting for the, and then there's a picture of Donald Trump in front of an American flag. So
on a beautiful winter day. It is January, I don't know, 2 or 3. I think it's the 2nd. 2025. Like my shirt?
Oh, what does it say? I'm voting for the convicted felon. All right, Diva. Something to be real proud about. Something to be super proud about. Cool. All right.
I voted for the convicted felon. That's right. Wear it loud and wear it proud, baby.
And I'm not allowed to be proud in the month of June. I saw a post today on Twitter that was so dumb. It was like, would you agree if Donald Trump, or would you support Donald Trump if he banned Pride Month and replaced it with Veterans Month? And like the community note on it was like, Diva, there's already a Veterans Month. Like what the fuck do you mean? But anyways, I'm always loud and proud. You can't deny this this F slur over here.
In a couple more weeks, he'll be taking office, and this country will be made great again. But that's not what this video is about. This video is
that's not what this video is about. But I will yap about it. That's not what it's about. But I am gonna yap about it. Diva. Oh God. All right. Well, let me really mentally prepare myself for this.
Another video I'm making because it's a new year regarding collecting your Social Security at the age of 62. I'm an advocate of getting it at 62. Why? Because I'm convinced, and most people in this country are convinced, that you will never collect enough checks at full retirement age getting another $500 or $700 more money in your life than you will collect if you start collecting at 62. As the saying goes, and I'm borrowing it from a comment that I received in one of my Social Security videos, and that is, if I don't mess it up, it goes like this.
Sir, I need you to just go into the Kohl's and buy whatever you're there to buy. We don't need the Kohl's shopping trip pregame of sitting here listening to your advice about Social Security. I don't understand why we're doing all of this. I would rather see what you get from the Kohl's or the Costco or whatever establishment you're filming this outside of than to sit here and listen to you yap about Social Security. I also, well, never mind. Let me just wait and hear what he has to say.
You can get more Social Security. I messed it up already. You can get.
Wait, I want to hear him mess up. This is Social Security expert Sarasota Tim outside of the Kohl's in the parking lot.
You can get more Social Security. I messed it up already. You can get less Social Security money for more years, or you can get more money for less years. But one thing's for sure, if you collect at 62 and you die at 67 on full retirement age, which is the general full retirement age if you're born after 1960 now, then you didn't get anything. And if you collected at 67 and you live to be 73, which is the average age for a male in this country, you never collected more than I did.
So all of his advice is based on if and when you die? all of this is based on just like don't die, or like collect it now because you're gonna die. Okay, all right.
62, and if you live to be 75, you won't get any more money than I did collecting from 62. You're gonna have to live till you're almost 80 years old, and then some people still won't surpass it until you ever get more money.
I don't know that I'm trying to take financial advice from a man that lives maybe in an RV and has to film outside of the TJ Maxx in Sarasota, Florida.
But what do you really lose? You don't lose money. We've already proven that. Because
have you proven that? I just got here. What have you proven, Diva? What have you proven? The lady getting her groceries, catching strays, being in this video. I know. Who is filming this? I'm guessing JJ or Bev. I don't actually know. Who knows?
Because the money, you get more money by collecting it at 62, not less money, because you're going to collect it for more years.
Oh, you think he has he has a selfie stick? You think he's got a selfie stick? Maybe. He is pretty cool. He would be the kind of guy to hang outside of a Marshall's with a selfie stick filming a video for YouTube about his Social Security checks.
For 5 years and leaving over $100,000.
Oh, wait, you can actually see. It says the shops. And there's a courtyard by Marriott. So there's a hotel. There's something called Sculler's Draft House. And then the word Origin. And there's smaller words underneath of it. So maybe he's not at a Marshall's. Look at his glasses reflection. He definitely does. Oh my god, yes! I didn't even see how clearly you could see in the reflection. Yeah, he's definitely got some kind of... There's nobody standing in front of him, so it's definitely... Oh yeah, you can actually see it right here. This is the selfie stick. He's got his phone on it.
Sitting on the table or in the government's pockets. So, what are you going to lose?
This poor lady in the background really is catching strays being in this. So are you going to go help her with her Social Security?
I'll tell you what you're going to lose. You're going to lose your mind, your faculties, your health, your ability, your strength, your looks, and everything else. Because you are really going to age from 62 to 67 like you won't even believe.
What the fuck does do my looks have to do? What the fuck do my looks have to do with collecting Social Security?
It's like a 12-year-old does to 17. They go from a child to an adolescent. You're going to go from a mature person, I'll be kind, to a geezer at 67.
Sir, you are knocking on Geezer's door. You are knocking on Geezer's fucking door. Oh my God.
And yes, there's exceptions. We've got all these people out there that are like Jack LaLanne and all that never age.
Girl, I
you
don't
see
know
them
who
sometimes.
that is.
But for the most part, the masses between 62 and 67, they have heart disease, they got cancer, their hips wear out, their knees wear out.
So his whole plan here is he's really banking on being dead by 67, is what it sounds like. He's like, I only have 5 years. That's what it sounds like. That's what he sounds like.
Most of all, their motivation wears out. They get to the point where, like, you know what? I'd have done that last year or even a couple of years ago, or certainly 5 years ago. But I don't want to do that anymore. I just want to sit here in my chair and drink Geritol. So now you've got this extra $500, $600, maybe $700 more money coming in. And for what? For you to sit around and do nothing? You missed your life. Not the best years of your life. The best years of your life are when you're still at a prison job. We should be able to retire at 55, because at 55 years old, think about it. You don't have another 55 years. You're not going to live to be 105 or 110.
He said, he really said, forget planning ahead for your future. Live your best life now. Who cares if you're broke when you're 67 and you don't have your faculties? Live your life now. Listen, I don't know if this is good advice or bad. Something tells me it's not great advice. Something tells me this is not wonderful advice. But regardless, his advice essentially is boiling down to like, live your truth now when you're 62, because in 5 years you're not gonna have your faculties. You're gonna be ugly. And who needs money when you don't have your faculties and you're ugly? Not twink death happens at 67. I think twink death happened at 62 for Sarasota Tim. Do we know how old he is? I assume at least 62, because it sounds like he's been collecting Social Security since he was 62. A financial planner has covered him and said, do not listen to him. Everyone's situation is different. Oh, absolutely. Like, I think in general, it doesn't make a ton of sense to take random financial advice from a man on the internet who films in a Costco parking lot, you know? Like, I don't think that makes a ton of sense. Like, I definitely think everybody should, actually seek professional advice from people that know more about this than just him talking about his own personal experience. This is why they call him a fraud. I mean, it's probably part of it. I mean, I don't necessarily, like, who is he frauding here? Like, I don't know. I guess he's really just trying to, like, get views by talking about something that maybe a lot of older folks would watch, but I guess I don't know. Like, I don't know that I necessarily in this situation, in this video, he's not necessarily scamming people, but I think from having watched some of Life and Vibes videos, the sense that I get is that he draws in an older audience because of videos like this. And because of that, then, like, the older generation that watches him, when he's out here asking for people to donate to the Buy Me a Coffee thing and saying he needs money and stuff like that, then he's, like, really, really, like, got them hooked, line and sinker. And yeah, I think So Hecticana in the chat said he's playing on people's fears. I think also, yeah, when you get older, like, I mean, already, I'm nowhere in, like, Social Security age, obviously, but, like, even as I've gotten older, I've been concerned, with like, how do I, like, YouTube and Twitch and stuff like that are probably not forever. So like, how do I plan for my future and things like that? Like, it can be really scary if you don't know a lot about it. And especially if you're older and like relying on things like Social Security to help you make it. So the Social Security system is so confusing. He banks on anyone looking for help searching the internet to give him views. So maybe, or to maybe learn something. Yeah. Yeah.
And most likely, you are done at 35.
Though that's probably vociferous. That's probably a good tip. Never take financial advice from somebody who e-banks on the internet. That's probably great advice, because obviously his Social Security advice is really working out for him when he's sitting here asking people to donate to buy him a coffee and stuff like that.
To 40, because at 80 years old, most people do go down in the earth. So to have to wait from 45 years old all the way to 62 and to say, nah, I'm going to wait another 5 years to where I'm really got nothing left of my life. I'm really, editing my lifespan and just going to keep working is, in my opinion, is silly. And the government and people and all those financial advisors out there that really can't stand me saying this because it exposes them, that all they want is your confidence in them, and they can make a commission on you continue to invest with them, use them, get their advice, let them counsel you and all that. Let me tell you, you don't need any counseling. All you need to do is cancel. You don't need any counseling. You need to cancel that prison job and start retirement at 62.
He's lucky that nobody has come and like sued his ass. Honestly, like, I have to assume somebody has taken his advice out there and it has just really rocked their fucking world, like, in a bad way, He's literally out here saying, don't talk to professionals. Don't talk to professionals. Just listen to me. Just listen to me. Just listen to my advice. Some random man on the internet with no credentials, no experience. There's no one more confident than an old white man. He certainly has the audacity. He certainly does. Just listen to me, a man with my selfie stick in a parking lot. Oh gosh, he is so goofy.
And still make money though. I've never said that 62 and Social Security is going to support you. It can't.
Oh.
It doesn't even pay the rent today. You have got to work, or what I call a side hustle.
He said, quit your prison job, but keep working. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. Okay, I don't have to be a Social Security expert to just hear this man talking and know that actually makes no sense. He said, collect Social Security, stop working, but also keep working?
But do you need to work 40 or 50 hours a week? Heck no. Do you need to do a certain job? No. You need to do what you want to do. And that could be entrepreneurial. It can be self-employment. It could be a W-2 job as a greeter at Walmart. You can do whatever you want to do.
He said, quit your prison job, but go be a Walmart greeter. So being a Walmart greeter isn't a prison job? Because my understanding when he says that something is a prison job, my understanding is that it's any kind of traditional like job where you work 40 hours a week. I might be confused, but I would guess the Walmart greeters... That sounds like a prison job to me. Do they even have greeters anymore? You know what? It's been probably years since I've been in a Walmart. I really could not tell you. I really couldn't. Really could not. And also, I do just, what I can give advice on for YouTube related things is like, don't ever quit a job thinking I can just get onto YouTube and it's going to work out. You know, I worked a full-time job whilst also doing YouTube for a very long time before I realized I've saved enough money. I've built something that is sustainable for more than just like a few months, to the extent that like I feel like I could go a long time and do this like for several years before it will like burn out. Like YouTube doesn't just happen overnight. it really doesn't. Like success on YouTube is probably more rare. Like, there are probably more people starting YouTube channels and making nothing from it than there are people who, like, successfully make a living from posting content on YouTube. And that just is how it is. Like, I feel very fortunate. I got very lucky that my stuff, like, took off. But not everybody is lucky, all right? And even I am like, I could lose this any day. And that's why I've also planned financially for if that should happen. But you know what I'm saying? Like, don't ever, I would never advise somebody to just quit working a job with a stable income or some level of job security to like collect Social Security that might not be able to like cover my cost of living and then work a side hustle, which his side hustle is YouTube.
Dogs, whatever it is. But you can easily make the $500 to $700 that you think that you're going to get by waiting another 5 years for your Social Security at full retirement age. And you can make a lot more than that. And then you're going to also have all this extra time to go and do and live your life and to get your exercise on, to get your life on, to really start so you can prolong those years.
It's kind of giving freeloader vibes, Tim.
You know that working does take years away from you, just as much as anything else that can be detrimental, like stress, smoking, alcoholism, drugs, you know, bad relationships. There's all kinds of things that take years away from us.
I love how he's comparing working a job like having a job to alcoholism, which like also bad jobs or jobs in general absolutely can like take time away from you, whoever, whatever. I just think it's like crazy to say that takes time away from you in the same way that like alcoholism does. That's wild. And he has so much time now to copyright strike people on YouTube. It's clear that that's what he's doing since he's not working a prison job. His side hustle is copyright striking YouTube channels.
Working does that too, especially if it's a job with nothing but drama and...
It's so weird because I agree with him in that no one should have to work hard conditions, but I'm a communist and he voted for a convicted felon. Yeah, it is also kind of crazy that the guy who voted for Trump is saying all of this because, like, I don't know, my perspective of, like, what MAGA and or just, like, Republicans want in general is like, oh, you gotta work hard. Oh, you should work hard. But also, he has compared himself to Donald Trump in many ways. Like, we watched a video where he literally compared himself to Donald Trump. And so maybe he sees himself as the exception like Donald Trump sees himself as the exception. Because, you know, like, Donald Trump has gotten a lot of things in life because it's been handed to him. Like, so maybe he thinks that he's the exception, you know? I don't know, divas. There's also the fact that Trump is 78, so apparently 11 years over death. True. He's saying that people should use community support so that they can have full lives outside of labor. Brother, that's socialism. You know what? Also, like, I'm very big on, like, work should not be your life. You should be able to, like, do other things besides like work away at a job that you hate. I actually, you know, it is kind of crazy because I generally agree with that. I think the reason that I'm responding to the way that he is because it's like that doesn't make sense with like all of those things. All of these other things about his life, like it doesn't add up to me, but here we are.
You know, just problems. Why not, when you get to be 62, collect Social Security, get about $1,500 to $2,000 a month coming in if you're a high wage earner all your life, because it's based on your best 35 years. Why not get that check coming in and then pick up a little side hustle, making another $1,000 or $2,000 a month, and you're making good money. And if you don't have any debt and you plan it right to where you get rid of all your credit card payments and your car payments and things like that, and you just have the regular rent or mortgage, maybe you don't have a mortgage anymore, you know, your insurance for your car, your food, your gas, and your utilities that never go away.
I think Tim is also overlooking the fact that most people do not have enough savings to give up secure income to side hustle. I think most people would invest in the extra years to get the full or SSA, I don't know what the A stands for, to be able to, I don't know, relax in retirement. Well, yeah, also that.
Then you can make that like falling out of bed. But what are you going to have? You're going to have what I can't even explain it in words, what it feels like. And that is freedom and happiness to be able to go and do what I want to do pretty much anytime I want.
Well, good
now,
for
if
you.
I did have a side hustle making a little bit of money at some part-time job situation, yeah, I'd have to be committed to hanging out around that. But that might only be 2 days, 3 days a week. And then maybe that little side hustle job, if I save those dollars and I want to take off for a month or two, a certain time of the year, I can pick up that kind of a little side hustle job anytime. Or maybe where I go and stay for 2 or 3 months. I can pick up a side hustle there. There's all kinds of ways to keep a little second stream.
I also love how he thinks it's just so easy to pick up a side hustle, right? Especially with like the way ageism works and shit like that. Like, he's really suggesting that people like leave maybe secure jobs that they have to just like be able to magically pick up a side hustle. And I'm just curious, like, I don't know how realistic that is as a concept, especially for like older folks who might find more difficulties in like finding work.
Of income coming in with your Social Security to help you support yourself. But never have I ever said that $1,700 a month, which is what I get, would support anybody for any, you know, that has any kind of lifestyle at all. You're going to have to supplement it. But it's fun to supplement it. It's fun to work part-time. Some people push back and say, well, I don't call that retirement if I...
That does that not just completely contradict what he literally was just saying? Of like, he was literally just saying that it should be... you should be able to do whatever you want without having to work a job. And now he's like, it's so fun to work a side hustle. It's so fun. Having a side hustle is fun. Maybe when it's posting goofy ass YouTube videos like this, but probably not when you're a Walmart greeter. Please be serious, Timothy.
I have to work. Well, it isn't work. My prison job now is YouTube.
Okay, but you suggested somebody go work as a Walmart greeter.
When I was doing passing out samples at a grocery store with a bow tie on and a vest, meeting people and passing out smiles, I loved it. I was doing what I wanted to do. And it was a heck of a lot more than sitting around in a chair drinking Geritol, watching TV all day.
What the fuck does he have I don't even know if I know for sure what Geritol is, but what does he have against Geritol? Geritol is a brand name for several vitamin complexes plus iron or multi-mineral products in both liquid form and tablets, containing 9.5 to 18 milligrams of iron per daily dose. The name conveys a connection with aging, as in geriatric. The product has been promoted from almost the beginning of the mass media era as a cure for iron-poor, tired blood. That's what Wikipedia says. He really hates Geritol. He really fucking hates... He has some trauma connected to Geritol, and I don't know what it is, divas.
And watching the negative media. That's healthy to do something. And you know what? Maybe you got a skill set. Maybe you just haven't been able to enact your skill set because you've been at a prison job most of your life to pay your bills and to support your wife. But now you can take that skill set.
He's either only talking to men or talking to men and lesbians, because why is he talking to someone about supporting their wife? I guess fuck straight women.
that you don't have that prison job to go to anymore, and you can open up your own business. Maybe it's a handyman job, maybe it's cabinetry work, maybe it's painting, maybe it's lawn care, maybe it's dog walking, maybe it's something, anything. You know, there's so many things you could be creative.
His whole point here, though, relies on quitting your job to still work, still continue. Quit your job, but you still gotta work. That makes no sense to me.
And what I believe in more than anything is when this...
Also, lawn care at 62 is crazy. Who at 62 wants to quit an office job to go do, like, intense manual labor? Who wants to quit your office job and then go install cabinets in people's houses? Like, what? I do not understand.
This country starts becoming great again, starting the 20th of January of this year, that more and more opportunities for entrepreneurs and employment and part-time help and all these ways that companies are going to want to bring people in to help with their businesses.
You think that's what's
will
gonna
be
happen?
opportunities you can have to make this extra money. But let me tell you, nothing in this world is going to turn the clock back. You can't buy, whatever time you don't use, you can't save it. It doesn't carry over to the next day. You can't save this year and add it to your life. Your life is your life. And once it's gone, it's gone.
Once you die at 67, you're fucked. You won't have this money.
One contract. It's a one and done deal, you know?
Hi, Silas.
And the more you keep etching away at it by stressing or drugging or drinking or whatever it is, it's etching away at your life, or letting time go by and your gizzards wear out, your hips wear out, your knees wear out.
Not your gizzards. Not your gizzards, diva.
All the things we talked about, and you get to be this point, and then you got to have an oxygen tank or a walker or some kind of assisted thing.
This really is also, when I can't remember who brought it up earlier, but this is absolutely the fear mongering. Like, this is fear mongering. He's saying, like, you're literally gonna die. Your gizzards are gonna fail you. You're gonna have to use a walker. So get your money now. Like, that is fear mongering for real, for real.
To help you get through your day, but you get this bigger check. You waited 5 more years, and then, man, something happened, and now look at you. You're living in such regret. You're wishing that you could have gone back and just took that $500 less, $600 less, and started getting them checks and doing something on a part-time basis with your skill set.
At what age can I expect my gizzards to give out? It is crazy that he's using the word gizzards, because I've only ever heard them in reference to, like, chicken gizzards. Which, like, chicken gizzards are like chicken organs, like organ meat. So, and I only know that because my dad used to like fry chicken gizzards, and I was always so grossed out by it.
Or a little side hustle W-2 job, and you could have been out, you know, sitting on the beach all day. You could have been taking walks, working at the gym, and preventing some of these health issues that have happened.
You could be Sarasota Tim himself in an RV, filming yourself naked in the reflection of the fridge. Quit your jobs now. Y'all better go quit your prison jobs immediately so you can flash people in the reflection of your fridge.
Happened to you. But people don't want to think about that. They want to get all caught up in this money stuff about how you take a cut That's a scam. You don't take a cut. You're
You're allegedly also a scam. Let's just be honest.
never going to get the money in Social Security.
What's the difference between a prison job and a W-2 job? Well, a prison job is what you work before you quit it, and a W-2 job can be a side hustle job, like a Walmart greeter, and it's totally different from a prison job because now you're collecting Social Security and you're still working. and you're still working.
Unless you live to be forever and ever, and that's not the case. That's not going to be generally the case.
Nobody's going to live forever.
You're going to die before, likely, you'll ever collect more money from the Social Security office than you will if you start collecting at 62.
That shit is so fucking grim, I swear to God.
So people say these things here. They say, all right, what about the money you're making for 5 years? Well, I got an answer for that one. Okay, yeah, you can make more money making 50 grand, 100 grand, $1 million a year, whatever.
Uh-huh.
You know, like I said, there's only one reason to not take Social Security, and that is if you're making so much money and you love that prison job, you want to keep on getting it. Well,
this is the rhetoric here is giving scare tactics. And it's just so silly. I don't know that I would ever, maybe the reason this is hard for me to relate to is because I can't ever imagine me coming on and trying to give financial advice to anybody. Like, I have a financial advisor who is great. She actually just sent me chocolates in the mail the other day for the new year. I was like, oh my God. And you know what, though, was sad? Is like, most of them had mint in it. And y'all know how I feel about mint chocolate. But I was like, oh, that's so nice. But also, like, you're making money from me, so I guess that's why you're being nice. But anyways, what was my original point of pausing? Oh, I just can't imagine being Tim and like coming on here with my full chest and feeling confident in giving financial advice to strangers on the internet, especially because truly, like I think Jamie said earlier, it's just like everybody's situation is different. Like, there may be people that this is good advice for, I don't know, but I imagine that like everybody's life experiences and like the money they have saved or not saved and things like that is just like extremely different from person to person, and everybody's needs might be different, like especially if you're a caretaker for somebody, or you're people are financially dependent on you. Like, Tim seems to like only have to care about himself, but here we are.
Then keep on getting it. You do you. But if you're just making the average income of what the average income is, which is like $30-something thousand a year per individual, it's only $69,000 a year, I think, median income per household. So unless you're a professional and one of the few that make 60 or 80,000 or 75,000 a year, what is that after taxes? And what is that after cost of going to a job for your car, your maintenance, your lunch money, your clothing you got to buy, and all the other stuff?
Do you not already have to buy all that stuff anyways? How are you going to bring up the cost of your car when you literally have multiple vehicles and you own an RV that you live in? Like, you're still going to have expenses regardless.
Things that go along with it. Are you really making that much more than you can make by getting your Social Security and a side hustle and having your freedom? But I'll tell you what you are losing. You're losing those healthy years. You're losing those years you're never going to get back. And nothing saves up for that. By waiting, you're not going to get more youth also, and more health.
I just want to say that there are plenty of people out there who work full-time prison jobs who find ways to also enjoy their life. That's not me advocating for everybody to work like a 5-day work week and blah 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 blah, but there are plenty of people who like live fulfilling, successful lives and do all of that, You
can get that little bigger check, but you're not going to get you're not going to get any more life back. You're losing that. You're just throwing it away. Your life for what? For some money. So here's the other thing. Okay, so they say I get more money. You don't get more money. 2, well, I don't have any insurance. What do I do about medical insurance? Well, folks, this is the tough love, the tough truth I'm going to give you. 1, I never had health insurance. The whole time I worked in my life, the vast majority of my life, for 35 years, I was self-employed. I never had a stitch of health insurance ever.
So you're suggesting people just stay uninsured. Which, like, also when you're older, like, health insurance matters probably even more, you know? like you have more medical needs when you get older. You literally just got done explaining that. You literally just got done talking about how after 62 it's all downhill. You lose your faculties, your gizzards give out. How am I supposed to take care of my gizzards if I don't have health insurance, Timothy? Why even bother paying medical bills if you're gonna die at 67? I know, that's crazy. Just drink that Geritol and hope for the best. I guess so. It
wasn't until I got to be 65 when I got Medicare for free. I took the free one. I'm not paying for it. Did I get insurance?
You think people should have free health care? Interesting. And you voted for Donald Trump. Fascinating.
And so you are saying, what do I do? Well, you can do what I did, or you can do option 2, and that's to go on the Affordable Care Act.
Now you want you trust that we're going to have the Affordable Care Act after 4 more years of Donald Trump? He is a socialist king. He wants to be a socialist so bad. And honestly, if he was on here spouting out some socialism with like his full chest while not wearing a shirt with Donald Trump on it, he might be cooking a little bit over here, but I don't. It's giving mixed messages.
Obamacare. You go online and you simply apply for the bronze, the metal, the silver, the gold plan, or however much insurance you think you need. Do you want just
I don't even think he really understands what any of that means. He was just saying some words.
Catastrophe insurance? Do you want something that will give you an aspirin if your toe hurts? You could pay for it, and it gets subsidized if you don't make a lot of money. The government will help you pay for your health insurance. That's option 2.
Well, that's for now. That's for now, Timothy. That's for now.
And option 3 is if you're very, very ill and you already have enough health issues at 62 that you don't want to quit your insurance at your job because you're using the heck out of it, and you're still able to go to work though, then you got to do you. I mean, I would never advocate somebody cancel your health insurance and you're using it every day or every month because of a serious health issue you have. But most people at 62, they got a job and they got a group insurance policy and they don't use it. They use it to go.
You're making some broad generalizations there, because then it's also like, okay, maybe you at 62 aren't, but what if these people have families, like dependents that are on their health care? Like, what if they're married and their partner relies on their health insurance? Like, I do not understand, Diva.
Some antibiotics, they get the flu, a cold, they go see a doctor, and there's no cure for that. Or maybe, something did happen and, but hey, I'm just giving you the tough love. I'm telling you what I did.
The whole point also of insurance, by the way, is not necessarily to it is obviously to take care of like current illnesses, disabilities, etc. that you already have, but also like you can't anticipate getting sick. Sometimes you can't anticipate like life-changing things that require you to have medical care. That's kind of the point. This fucker was just saying earlier how your health changes drastically from 62 to 67. I know. He's like, you got to be worried about your gizzards giving out. And now he's like, fuck healthcare. And if you really need it that bad, then use this thing that the person that I voted for is absolutely against. Like, oh my God.
Leave the money on the table and just walk around with that, keep that prison job going, giving away your life, giving away those years, and keeping that insurance. Or you can get Obamacare, or you can go without. That's all those are your only options. That's all I can tell you. But you only got to go to 65, and then you will get insurance again. So you got 3 years. So you make the call on that one. And the other—
He said, 3 years, what's the worst that could happen? Your gizzards might give out, but what's the worst that could happen? That is crazy. Don't forget you need a little lawyer nest egg to sue your YouTube enemies. I'm not convinced he's actually ever going to follow through on any kind of copyright anything against people. I can't imagine that he has that nest egg. It doesn't sound like that's something that he's budgeted for in his Social Security collecting.
The thing that pushes back is people say, all this money you're going to lose. Well, we already covered that. You don't lose anything. Those all come from lawyers and counselors, financial advisors that want you to keep using them to buy stocks and 401s and investing your money and telling you where to put your money so that you can, make more money so they can make money. What a shocker. They get a commission doing that. That's what they do for a living.
Sure, but they only get that commission if they make you money, Diva. Like, what?
Never going to tell you you're done, you don't need it, he's right, collect your Social Security, you don't need me anymore. No, they want you to use them till you die. Just like the government. They want you to keep working and paying in taxes until you die, so they don't have to give you Social Security for as long as they do me at 62, or other people that can live to be 80 or 90 years old. They don't want to.
He said, divas, they want you to keep paying in towards Social Security. So don't do it. Like, none of his stuff really, like, it all seems kind of like contradicting to me. I don't know. He's also talking about big government over here, and he's like literally simping, for Donald Trump. It's crazy.
To pay you that long? Why do you think they make you wait till 62 to even get the first check? Then they dangle that little string there, that little sugar on the end of the string, saying, oh, if you'll wait a little longer.
He sounds so skeptical of the government, as if like he's not so excited about what Donald Trump is allegedly going to do to make it. Like, the thing is like, this happens with Mima too. Mima, Alabama prepper, is skeptical of the government anytime we watch her. And it's just like, I feel like sometimes they're so close to being skeptical for the right reasons, and then they're so far away from it. Like, there are certainly things to be skeptical about the government for. But like, I just don't understand his particular logic.
Till you're almost dead, we'll give you a little bit more. We'll give you a few more crumbs, because it's only crumbs they give us anyway. No, don't believe it, folks. It's a bunch of hooey. And anybody that tells you different, it's because they're making money. Only that one reason, remember? You're making a lot of money and you love working. You just love working. So then you keep doing you. So folks, listen.
Oh, there was an edit. There was a transition.
I didn't do the math thing today on this video because I've got plenty of videos in my playlist that show you the math. That's why my videos took off. I had people that didn't even know. They thought they had to wait till 65 because they heard about Medicare, or they were intimidated by that, they didn't want to chance it. Or, they heard you get a reduced amount. It's a penalty.
Those poor people. Those poor people taking his advice. Do we know what parking lot he's standing in? There is a sign behind him that we read earlier. I just keep changing what store parking lot he's in. I think I've said a TJ Maxx, a Marshalls, a Kohl's, a Costco, a Walmart. Who knows? Who knows? But it couldn't be me standing out in a parking lot with a selfie stick yapping about Social Security.
And they don't want to be penalized, and finally they saw the math. They're like, wow, I'm going to lose 100 grand by waiting.
Wow.
And it's going to take me to live to 80 years old to get the money back.
Wow.
Once that hit them, it was like an epiphany. They were like, well, forget that. I'm collecting now. And so that's all I got to tell you, folks, is if you're going to be 62 in 2025, apply for it 3 months before, because you've got to be 62 years old plus a month. And then you got to wait another month to get your first check. So it's going to be 62 in 2 months. That already is waiting. That's waiting long enough. Like I said, you should be able to retire at 55.
It's funny because I imagine a lot of people who are skeptical of Tim are like skeptical of this like concept of like not working. I really don't mind if people want to not work. Like, I think most people dream of not working. I really love, you know, when somebody's like, oh, what's your dream job? And people respond with like, you know, I don't dream of labor. Like, that is so gaggy and respectable. But I think the larger concern is just that, like, why are you giving financial advice to people? I don't think you seem qualified to just make all of these blanket statements about what people should or shouldn't do with their money, in terms of retirement, and in terms of collecting Social Security. Like, you just do not seem like a trustworthy source of this information.
So get your Social Security at 62 and start crushing it.
Crush it for Christ. Crush it for Christ. Just start crushing it for Christ. Whew. Okay, Timothy. Well, what a day, Diva. We learned so much. If y'all haven't checked out Life and Vibe, give her a watch. She does explain a little bit more thoroughly about her copyright strikes. So definitely give that a watch. I watched it last night, which is why we didn't watch it together. And see kind of like what she has to say about that whole situation type of deal. But damn, Timothy, out here copyright striking people and giving questionable advice on retirement and collecting Social Security. You learn so much. Anyways, YouTubies, that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Bye, YouTubies! Subscribe!